Her candid new memoir, Worthy, she opened up about an issue that has been kept secret until now. There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
yes,
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
But in public, the couple, who married in 1997, denied the gossip about their marriage. This interview on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen was taped a year after Will and Jada separated.
So how long have you guys been together?
23 years.
Wow. That's amazing. How do you keep it hot?
How do I keep it hot?
Fuck my son's best friend. Fuck my husband and imagine Tupac Shakur. Have my husband live out the fantasy of slapping men in front of me. Running the red table talk as if I had a real open discussion about my marriage and then being a fraud the whole time. That's hot.
Go in.
I don't know.
Go in.
I haven't seen any of this.
No, but go in.
Over the next several years, Jada and Will kept up the appearance of a committed married couple. They even faced a scandal when Jada had what she called an entanglement with a family friend.
It's not the friend of the family. It's the friend of the one dude that was your son. Okay? If I have a kid, my kid's friends are not my friends. They're not friends of the family. The friends of my kid. You're gonna have a play date with Tommy? Tommy's not my friend.
I mean, they could be friends of the family, but
Tommy's not my friend.
You can't bang your son's friends.
Bruh.
That's the real problem. I don't care if he's a son, because I know some families who take in their kids' friends as almost their own kids or own family. Yeah, that's fine. You just can't bang them. I never thought I would have to say this, but I guess I do. As a parent, you can't bang your kids' friends. I mean, you can physically, but it's... I don't know.
Listen.
Hey, we hearing.
That is one way of getting out of the friend zone. I was friend of the family, now I'm banging the mom.
Forget that. That's just truly being a part of the family.
Yeah.
What better way to ingratiate than make babies?
Oh, you part of this family? Yeah, I'm inside your mom.
That's wild, bro.
Neither let the public know they had already split. So I guess my question is, I feel like you're a straight talker.
I am.
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August.
Mrs. Entanglement is a straight talker? Bro, is this a whole interview satire? Is this run by The Onion?
So why do that? Like, what was the reason?
I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out.
During our walk in Baltimore, Jada reflected on their breakup. Why did the relationship fracture?
Oh, well, why it fractured, that's a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think...
All eyes on me. That's why.
I mean, people say that, but I doubt it. You think it's just another man?
No, it's not another man. It's her not fully being with Will. Not wanting that. She said it in the first place, she didn't want that. And then after... Go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish.
So she said that she didn't want that in the first place. I mean, she's a straight talker. I gotta take her word, no? She said that, not me.
But she's not a straight talker. And irrespective of whatever, maybe she's feeling someone else. Where does the son's friend come in? Where does the public embarrassment come into all this stuff? She got a lot more problems than she's in love with somebody else. On the list of stuff that she doing or why it's not working, I highly doubt Tupac's at the top.
I didn't say that she was in love with someone else. She was just not in love with Will.
Okay, doesn't matter. Not in love with whatever it might be. You said Tupac Shakur, so that indicates it's somebody else.
Sure.
I'm just going off what you said.
But it's just like it's someone that's good. It's not. I wouldn't call it love because it's something that's really unattainable. You know what I mean? But it's holding that person to that unattainable standard that is dead on top of that. You know what I mean? I wish it would have been something else. I wonder. Yo, being next to it, I wonder what would happen if it's fucked up. You're not necessarily in love with the person, but that person is occupying your mind. Let's put it that way.
Most people who get married or get in relationships have that what if with somebody else. That's not even necessarily always the issue. Because as you get into a relationship, you settle into the groove of it, that excitement, that thrill goes away. You think about that one person who just gave you that feeling before, and you put the roast in the classes. The issue with this lady, in watching her interviews or after anything happens, is what does she do to Will? I had an entanglement. She don't take accountability. No. She deflects blame. She puts it on other things. She obfuscates everything. At the top of the list of reasons why they're probably not together, somebody else is probably at the bottom. Because there's a lot of things you could work through.
Sure.
You know, the whole Tupac thing is a funny meme because of the fact that she said some things and they've danced and like, oh yeah, he's dead, whatever. And she said some weird shit. I'm not gonna lie. The shit she said about Tupac, I'm a fan. She's something else. But me watching her behavior, I'm like, I would look at all of those things before the fact that she's in love with some dead man.
Concur.
Yeah, no.
Concur.
Me watching that Red Table Talk with her and Will, that's divorce to me.
Why would you broadcast that thing?
But it's just the things that she was saying during that interview.
By the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted with trying. I think we were both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
You know what it really sounds like every time she talks? She says we, but it feels like she. Someone's not tired of trying when they get up on stage and slap a man for disrespecting his wife who hasn't been with him for 6 years. That don't sound like somebody who's done with trying. Does that sound like to you?
No.
Somebody make a joke at an award show, you go up and slap that person? Does that sound like someone like you who's giving up on the marriage?
I think in that video, when we covered that, I said that it just looked like a whole lot of, he's going through it.
Yeah.
He's going through it.
Yeah.
He's still calling her my wife when she's saying,
keep my wife's name out your
when you say it like that, he was trying to gain power at that time. That's what it looked like. He's trying to get till he's losing grip on something. He was going through it. It all makes sense. And she's like, yeah, nah. He still didn't give up. But at some point, you gotta give it up. The person is disrespecting you all day, every day, and all night in the social media, in the media, going to talk about you. Stop. If you're over it, you're making mileage with the names, the dude's name.
Jada says she considered a legal divorce, but could never go through with it.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
It's weird. You still listen? Yeah, we live separately. It's off.
Here's what I think.
What do you think?
I think Will looks like a chump. That's all I think.
Unfortunately.
Will went from that man to like never want to be that man in my later years.
Say that again.
Will went from my younger years being that man to never want to be that man in my later years. I look at Will and he just looks so pathetic to me. And the fact that he went up on stage and slapped somebody over some lame joke, okay? Right? Over a woman who ain't even really his. Fucking other dudes. Disrespecting him all the time. Will just look like a chump. Look like a chump. That's all it comes down to.
I could have seen something happen like where there would be reconciliation, but after this, I'm putting myself in the shoes of Chris Rock, and I'm like,
I'm writing a new special.
You slapped me over what?
Yeah, Will slapped me over our wife.
Our collective wife?
Yeah, but she for the streets now? We been knowing. She been through this separation.
But you slapped me over what?
Our wife.
You slapped me over the fact that, you know what this is? This is whenever you go out with a girl and you go to the restaurant and her ex shows up and it's like, who's this dude? It's like, yo, my God, we've been broken up since like 2 years ago. Nah, man, you mine. No. You mine. That's how pathetic it is.
I don't. It's even worse than that. You know what it's like? It's like when you in a group of friends and somebody roasts you in that group of friends, but they too big, so you don't want to fight with them. So the next person that laughs, you start fighting them. They didn't make the joke. right? The one who really stabbed you was a person, but you can't fight with them. So you fight with somebody who laughs. Why? Just because you don't want to adhere or deal with whatever. That's what it looked like.
You didn't. Yeah,
Because he can't beat up. He can't slap Jada.
You can't slap Jada. You can't throw hands with.
You can't slap Tupac.
You can't throw hands with August. You can't throw hands with. And he was intimidated by Tupac. That's what he said. His words. While he's talking about
What a clown.
run quick, see, you're like getting jiggy with it. I know you're not gonna slap the man, right? So yeah. Again,
Clown.
That's crazy.
Clown.
But you said it the best. He went from.
Think about who he was when we were growing up.
Yeah.
He was in the coolest movies. He was doing songs that not everybody liked, but everybody still got jiggy with it. You get me? Right? People loved his character
bro.
on Fresh Prince. They loved him in the movies. A bad boy.
100%.
He had the body. He had everything. Everybody's looking at him. He had a pristine life in the background doing charity work. Everybody was looking at him like he's that dude. And come to find out, you look behind the curtains, and the dude is basically a cuck. He's Nico 2.0. That shit crazy to me.
It is.
So
It is.
how do I feel about the man? I don't know. I don't know what to say about this guy. It's just sad. As far as she goes, she is what she is.
That's crazy because
And now you don't understand why them kids are so weird.
What?
How can they not be?
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? I'm gonna say this too. Willow and Jaden, for the weird environment they had to grow up in, came out very good.
They did good. Well, Will's oldest is not nowhere near that because that's not who he had.
Weirdo
That's
Central.
crazy.
But yeah, so we'll see when the full interview comes out. If there's anything more interesting, but that's all I got. Anything else you want to say?
I just wish that she shut the fuck up with that. Jada, stop talking.
She's trying to make some money.
I know she's trying to make some ducats,
for
some
her.
money.
Go get your money.
But it's like you did enough. It's cool. We
No, absolutely not. She married a chump. She should make as much money off that chump. Good for her. So these chumps learn.
stop.
Yeah, you know what? Put out a tell-all book. Say his dick game is weak. Say whatever you gotta say, so that anybody watch this never tolerate this kind of behavior again. I'm of the opposite mindset of preach. I hope she destroys Will Smith. Yeah, don't half-ass it, because I don't ever want to see this kind of garbage again from any other individual. We'll throw him to the wolves at this point. That's how I feel.
I see what you're saying. I disagree, but I see what you're saying. But yeah, no.
Hey, he chose her.
I understand.
He made
but
his bed. He got lie in it.
Jesus, right.
Hey.
Well, he doesn't lie in it. Everybody else is.
Well, I saw him slap Chris Rock. That's him lying in it.
I'm saying.
Yeah. I got you though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's lying in it.
No, but he's lying in the bed too. You just watch it. Can you watch that August come through his crib and be like, hey, you want something for breakfast? Like, nah, I just got done piping your wife. That's crazy. That's crazy.